What up? This is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix new movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Believe it or not, I actually like this installment. By the way, how many Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies have there been? Like about 10 or something, right? Am I right? I lost count. Well, this one is supposed to be a direct sequel to the 1974 original film, but of course it doesn't pick up right where the first one left off, since this movie is set in our present day. It even has a joke about cancel culture, for Pete's sake. Anyway, maybe it's because I was sober at the time, or perhaps maybe I was relaxed and didn't have any expectation, or perhaps I knew that even if the storyline went out the window, Leatherface could still scare my pants off. But yeah, this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is bone-cracking fun. I get exactly what I came to see. Blood, mud, gore, decapitation, and a bus full of people mangled and sliced to pieces with no mercy. I mean, what more could you want? Written by Chris Thomas Devlin and directed by David Blue Garcia, based on characters created by Kim Henkel and Toby Hooper, in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Melody and her teenage sister Lila and their friends Dante and Ruth head to the remote town of Harlow, Texas, to start an idealistic new business venture. But their dream soon turns into a waking nightmare when they accidentally disrupt the home of Leatherface, the deranged serial killer whose blood-soaked legacy continues to haunt the area's residents, including Sally Hardesty, the sole survivor of his infamous 1973 massacre, who's hell-bent on seeking revenge. I previously interviewed one of the stars of this new film, Elsie Fisher, on the red carpet a few years ago, so come check out my entire video interview with Elsie right here only on Rama Screen YouTube channel. Now, I read somewhere that the initial directing team got fired and replaced over creative differences, so we'll never know what the actual blueprint for this movie is supposed to be. But you know what? I'm glad that they made this a straight-shot horror, minus any attempt to pretend to be something it's not. I mean, right from the start, it already cracks me up that the characters find themselves in an abandoned old town that looks like a studio backlot. And once the bus pulls in, it's a total riot because it's so hilarious and so obvious that the writers are serving them up like a lamb to the slaughter. That whole budget-friendly, manageable space is like a playground where you can stage all kinds of kills and death scenes without unexpected variables. I think with the return of Laurie Strode and Sidney Prescott, this Texas Chainsaw Massacre wants to jump on that same nostalgia/legacy bandwagon, and so they brought back Sally Hardesty. Unfortunately, just like Toby Hooper and the actor who played the original Leatherface, the woman who originally played Sally Hardesty had also passed away a long time ago. In fact, many of the people involved with the original film are sadly no longer around, and so they cast somebody else or this other person in the role of Sally, and while she doesn't get to shine as much as she deserves, the inclusion of that iconic character is a nice touch in my book. Mark Burnham, who plays the new Leatherface, is ferocious. The movie goes above and beyond to highlight his menacing presence. Look, a lot of the scares in this movie are designed to be trashy, campy fun. The movie purposely aims to go over the top. So once the running and the screaming start, there's no looking back, and it's just about how many casualties you can stack up from that point on. Sarah Yarkin and Elsie Fisher are pretty convincing as the final girls, although I gotta admit, their characters are annoying as hell. Ugh, they are so annoying! But ultimately, they make the perfect counter to Leatherface's terror. This movie wants to make fun of SJWs and gun-toting hillbillies. So silly and so pointless and so weak sauce. And none of that matters really the minute Leatherface enacts his vengeance. So yeah, I may be alone on this, but hey, I wanted to see on-screen murder extravaganza, and on-screen murder extravaganza is exactly what this film gives me. So, I for one am not complaining.